Isolde, was it? What brings you to the market?
I'm here to buy comics.
You have vanquished a great evil from Skyrim. You have saved our very souls.
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed. My working days are done.
No lollygagging.
judo ner monstanta.
Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the dragonborn comes with a voice-wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe the dragonborn comes. It's an end to the
That I am. Some may call it a curse, but I see it as a blessing in disguise. Many moons ago, when I arrived here after the eruption of Red Mountain, I studied the art of necromancy in a dank cave just west of Windhelm. It was Alara who found me, and taught me the error of my ways, taught me how the gods frown upon those who toy with the conditions of life and death. Whilst I have renounced my ways, Meridia punished me for my wrongdoing. I believe she was right to do so. I hope I'll be forgiven in death, and not spend eternity in a deplorable plane of oblivion, or even worse, the Solcan. For now, I guard this sanctum with my life, as both an apology to Meridia and a thank you to Priestess Alara for saving me. Oh, they're purely visual. I think it's Meridia's attempt at irony. I raised the dead, so she made me look undead. I'm sure one day I'll come to enjoy her sense of humor.
Champion! Champion!
As an acolyte of Meridia's order, I honor Our Lady by keeping her sanctum clean and well fed. Our Lady rewards hard work, loyalty, and servitude to her legacy, a role many here in Skyrim would do well to consider. To think, just months ago I was in the gutter of Riften begging for skooma from lowlifes and brigands. High Priestess Alara saved me from the streets. I believe Meridia's light of righteousness can save all from their perils and death. As thanks, I worship and study Meridia, so that I may better understand her and her wishes for myself and her great order. Should you wish to better understand Meridia, I would be glad to oblige. Perhaps I could even share a tome or two. Meridia abhors those who tamper with her life-giving energies. From her realm in oblivion, she assures we mortals are able to pursue purity. Those faithful to Meridia, and willing to carry out her righteous deeds, can benefit from her splendor, artifacts, abilities, and such. Though she does not welcome mortals in her realm known as the Colored Rooms, we know that she has sacrificed much for Nirn since its creation. For a time, she had a race of Daedra known as the Auroran, who would aid her in her missions and acts of purity. It is not known to us what happened to these Daedra, but we strive to make their necessity redundant here in the Sanctum.
I'm a glorified cleaner. You probably want to be speaking with...
Sorry. I'm letting my frustrations get the better of me. Remember, Una, Alara teaches us patience, kindness, and to follow Meridia's benevolence.
I am a devout servant of Our Lady Meridia. I practice the art of healing and curing to honor our great lady. I have recently taken up the practice of alchemy to further my use to those who have fallen on hard times. I also assist Velteth and Caris in their further studies of Meridia. Her history is, well, it's barely documented. High Priestess Alara says Skyrim was once full of those who worship Our Lady. Perhaps that is why Skyrim feels hollow in recent times. We are the candle that lights the darkness of Skyrim, as taught by Meridia, channeled by Alara.
One of my main focuses within the Sanctum is the further study of Meridia's benevolence. Not much is recorded of her transgressions with mortals, and our contact with her has been limited recently. In order to serve Our Lady to my fullest ability, I make it my mission to explore all Daedra and their impact on this world. To truly understand this world, you must explore all avenues. As a devout follower, it is an honor to share my knowledge with all those who want it. Well, as I mentioned, not much about her is recorded by mortals. We are certain that she has a hatred for necromancy, the undead, vampires, and all considered to be unnatural. She is the Daedric Prince of Life, and Lady of Infinite Energies. She takes great joy in rewarding mortals for doing her bidding. These gifts include the renowned Dawnbreaker and Ring of Khajiit. I do my best to learn about all of the Daedric princes and their dealings with us. Though in particular, Molag Bal, Prince of Domination and Enslavement, repeatedly comes up in Meridia's history. It seems the two don't appear to get along, much to Molag Bal's dismay. In all recorded history of Meridia, she triumphs over him. Our Lady even defeated him in a duel. A true story of good overcoming evil.
I'm a paladin. Larison sends me to my death in caves and infested crypts to purge them of their filth. I perform my duties as a paladin with the respect it deserves. Protection of this sanctum is vital. Should it fall, it would dishonor Meridia.
Champion of Meridia, I have something to ask of you. This is Meridia's sanctum, and we are Meridia's order. Here, we freely worship and operate as Meridia's instruments, bringing her cleansing light to this place. Meridia has commanded us to root out all undead evils across Skyrim and protect its people from their dangers. We have not heard from Our Lady in some time now, but we continue to act in her honor. Champion, may I first of all say it is an honor to make your acquaintance. I am Alara, High Priestess of Meridia's Order, and her sanctum here in Skyrim. We require the assistance of Our Lady's champion, but, if I may, it would be an honor to witness why Our Lady chose you. A small taste of trust, if you will. We've received word that a necromancer has taken up residence in Solitude. Usually, I dispatch one of our paladins under the protection of Meridia to purge the evil from the city, but these are uncertain times. To be truthful, Our Lady has not spoken to us in, well, a long time. I can't risk one of my people, and I hear you have a reputation for this work. This necromancer has been practicing their vile arts in the Hall of the Dead, defiling corpses and violating the sanctity of death. Exterminate them with the full spite of Meridia's power, then return to me. I am sending Paladin Marith with you. She will observe you. Not that I won't trust your word, but it's better to be sure.
I'll follow you. Solitude isn't too far from here. I doubt the guards will be too happy if we attack someone within the city. It might be best to shadow them for a while until they're alone. Remember, I'm only to observe. I can't interfere if the guards attack. Alara doesn't want to worsen Skyrim's view of us. Especially not since that incident in Rorikstead.
I am Arch-Paladin to Meridia's order. I serve Our Lady by spreading her light to the darkest corners of Skyrim. With my paladins, I purge this land of all those who would stand against Meridia and her splendor. Necromancers, vampires, any matter. I would challenge you to find a purer and truer way to live your life than this.
When you're finished in Solitude, we can talk more.
Something the matter? I'm happy to help if I can. You know, you're more of a talker than I thought you'd be. Well, looks can be deceiving. I'll be honest. When I think of Meridia and the other Daedric lords, they don't even come close to being similar. Not all Daedra are evil, and Meridia is certainly not. But truthfully, I'm just happy that I found a group of people who hold my ideals. Alara has done a lot for me, cared for me in my darkest moments, and the Order certainly shares my hatred for the undead. I'm never going to be the most spiritual follower, but I do this with my chosen family at my back, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Well, we follow her command and decree, destroying all she considers to be unnatural. Being the Daedric Prince of Life, many of us also dedicate ourselves to the healing and health of others. The Sanctum is a place of worship, divinity, sanctuary, and protection. I hope that sums it up well enough. Alara is better at giving that speech than I am.
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed, and my working days are done.
Hey, wanna play tag?
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Lady Atia said my voice is second only to hers, but but she's selling me short.
Back away from me, cur.
You should teach me that sometime.
Back away from me, cur. Back away from me, cur.
I'll try and make this quick.
Who's there? I knew I heard something. I'll die this day.
I'm going to enjoy this. Last mistake.
Well, that's that. I'm sure Meridia is pleased. Not that she'll tell us.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her
Let's head
people.
back to Alara.
What say you in your defense?
Know if you fancy stopping. I wouldn't complain.
Smart woman. Now come along with us.
And you thought I was
Good
just a
and
pretty
you'll be free to
face.
go. After you pay the fine, of course.
You there. A master of death does not simply die, but you will. Rise, my minions. Rise and serve me in death.
Who's there?
Yeah!
It's fine. It's only my feet you're stepping on. Now hopefully, we're rid of that necromancer for good. Oh. I must have let that one slip out. I'll tell you if you promise not to tell Alara that I brought it up. She can be difficult. Not too long ago, Larison and I intercepted a group of the malevolent necromancers. They were masquerading as farmers in Rorikstead. They spotted us, and I knew that they would recognize us. We wouldn't have another chance to wipe them out. So, we did what we had to. Of course, this meant that we didn't have time to explain the situation to the guards. They swing first and ask questions later. To cut a long story short, Alara had to spend a fortnight making it up to the Jarl, providing her services as a healer to the hold. She generally enjoys her work as a healer, but I don't think she enjoyed that. You lead, I'll follow.
Do you bring news, champion? It pleases me to hear this, champion. Marith?
It's true. The necromancer is as dead as the creatures they raise.
Excellent. I'm glad to know I can count on you, champion. I suppose it's time I tell you why I need your help. We're traveling, champion. Gather what you need and speak with me when you are ready. Are you ready to depart? We're traveling to the Shrine of Meridia. It's not far. I'll need to speak with you when we get there, away from open airs. I'll lead the way. Archpaladin Larison, I'm traveling. You're in charge.
Yes, High Priestess. Shall I provide you with an escort?
I'm sure the champion is all I need, Larison. The statue isn't too far, though I'm sure you know that. I hope we don't encounter too many... Always good to get the blood pumping. I suppose it's insignificant for her. When I was young, I would travel with the dog from the family mill up to Solitude. Skyrim felt safer. Still, I suppose I couldn't see the evils of the world the way I do now. Do you ever wish you could go? What was that? All over. Not that I'm ungrateful for the life I live. I chose it for a reason. My faith has just been shaken as of late. I don't mean shaken. What I really mean is, well, Meridia hasn't been as attentive as she used to be. I'm oversharing. Sorry, champion. I'd rather not delay if it's all the same to you. It's nice to travel with someone outside the confines. Well, here we are. Listen, I can't trust you, can I? Yes, I know, you're right. I don't know if any of the others have mentioned it, but Meridia hasn't spoken to us in some time. Months ago, we would hold regular communications with Our Lady. She would give us guidance and command us. But no longer. Years ago, when I first became devout to Meridia, she gave me the ability to see things before they happened. This ability has been essential to our survival and has guided me in leading Meridia's order. Without it, I feel lost. I'm hoping with her newly appointed champion here, Meridia will change her mind and speak to me like she used to. To summon Meridia, all you need is something from the corpse of an undead creature. Don't worry, I've already got that part covered. I'll attempt to commune with her. You just stay close. Meridia, Lady of Life and Infinite Energies, I stand here as your humble servant with your newly appointed champion. Please, at your shrine, speak to me and offer me guidance, great lady. We eagerly await your word and your order. We need your protection, your benevolence, your wisdom, to prevent the injustices in this world. Please, Lady Meridia. Please. Well, that was embarrassing. When you call on Meridia, she's not compelled to answer. If she doesn't want to answer me, then there is a reason. I think it's time I make it clear to the others that I've lost Meridia's guidance. I would appreciate it if you would accompany me on the way back. Wait, what was that noise? For Meridia! disgrace! No, though, it's not uncommon for necromancers to attack followers of Meridia, but to attack this shrine? A sacred place of worship? What a foul deed. Do me a favor. Would you search the bodies for any evidence as to why they may have attacked? I don't wish to sully my hands with their filth. Let's take a look. It seems these necromancers are planning something big. Let me think about this. I think I might have a plan to find out what they're up to. Speak with me again at the sanctum. Gods, I'm too old for this.
Still here. You lead, I'll follow.
Don't mistake me. I have the utmost respect for Meridia. But
did you have a pleasant journey?
I feel as though
I hope you said
she
hello
has
to
abandoned
Meridia
us.
for me.
I am but a humble alkalite. You probably want the High Priestess.
I know that Our Lady has many things on which to focus. But how can the others follow so blindly when Meridia hasn't spoken to us in months?
Yes, but they're usually not organized like this. They tend to be random attacks when we travel the streets. Members of the Order will defend themselves, but I will always spare lives when I can, and teach them the errors of their ways. Garen, for example. You should speak to Garen if you haven't already. His presence reminds me of why I live this life. They're not something I take lightly. Sometimes the images are... I have visions of things that could be. Always the most dire outcome. I have foresight into the future of my friends, family. Do you know how much it burns to see our loved ones die over and over again? I suppose it's a small price to pay to prevent potential eventualities. Meridia sends these images to me in my sleep, but now my dreams are empty. I haven't quite worked out the entire plan yet. I'm working on a way to find out as much as we can about those necromancers. In fact, I might have an idea about what could help us in the fight against them. Years ago, we held a powerful artifact that helped us in our fight against necromancers and wielders of magic. The stuff is called Summoner's Demise, and has the ability to drain wizards' magicka, preventing them from casting incantations, but it was stolen. A wood elf named Findar came to us seeking refuge from a group of conjurers, and we took him in. He repaid us by eating all of our food and stealing from us, Amongst the items he stole was Summoner's Demise. Find the stuff, champion. Well, the only person who knows its location now is Findar, and I have no idea where he is. Try speaking to the others. They might know where he's ended up.
Asgar, my friend. Did you manage to locate the witch's lair?
Aye, that I did. No need to concern yourself with it.
Do you mind if I ask you something?
One day.
Forgive me, I forgot to introduce myself.
Perhaps one day.
I'm
but
Una,
not today, my friend.
acolyte of Meridia's
Or
order.
any day soon.
I just wanted to know,
This place would be dull.
why did you do it?
And here I
Help
was
Meridia.
thinking my tales were going unwanted. Just wait until I tell you the one about the orc monk from my war days.
Over some ale later, my fellow paladin.
That's Meridia for you. It's her way or no way. So you didn't do it for any other reason? Just out of obligation? That's very noble of you. I could see why she chose you to be her champion. Though it leaves me to wonder why she did not ask one of us to purge her temple. I don't know if you've heard from the others, but Meridia has not spoken to us in some time now. Anyway, I won't waste any more of your time. I appreciate you answering my question. Champion, do you mind if I ask you something?
The fool that stole from us. No. If I ever see that witless idiot again, I'll send him to oblivion.
I know not of this Findar. Before my time, perhaps. Try speaking with Paladin Marith.
Champion, please don't tell me you're going after him. Whatever your reasons are for doing so, I hope they're good. He's a worm. Apologies, but I don't know where he is, and I wouldn't care to look for him either.
Findar. Ah, I remember. I know him from my days in the sewers of Riften. I'm not sure where he is now. He's a slippery one. If I were you, I'd look to the prisons.
No, but if you see him, break his arm for me.
I'm not sure where you can find him, but I do know where you can find his mother. Though we shouldn't expect a friendly reception. She lives in a shack close by to Solitude. Maybe she can point you in his direction. Now that I think about it, I'm going to come with you. If you're going after Findar, you could probably use some backup. He's a bit of a snake. I hope this all ends up being not as much as I should be able to. I know he stole a lot from us and that it upset Alara. Worse than I've ever seen. I think she struggled to trust Stranger Sense. Findar is probably one of the reasons she's so guarded these days. I had to accompany him back to her a couple of times. She always seemed miserable. Probably because he kept asking for gold. If someone kept taking all my coin, I'd probably be unhappy too. Let's go and find Miss Findar Fool.